What are you waiting for?
Come join the Geek Drums Nation. So, what is up, guys? Welcome to today's video. In today's video, we will be talking about the official start of the DCU, of James Gunn's DCU, of the new DC cinematic universe, if whatever you want to call it. This is the official first stop on this new adventure that will span TV, film, animation, and video games, however that may factor into, the whole universe as a whole, however that factors in. This is the start. Creature Commandos. Now we know that James Gunn made this before he was officially the head of DC Studios. He made this before DC Studios was a functioning studio. He made it still when it was attached to the DCEU. So we have those lingering plot lines. And I know some people may not like that. Some people may not like James Gunn at all. This video is not here to harp on that. I thoroughly enjoyed Creature Commandos, and I went in with my own personal reservations. I have friends that have seen it that were privileged enough to get screeners of all the episodes, and I went in, I don't doubt anything James Gunn does, and that's not because I'm a James Gunn super fan or whatever you want to call that. So before you people get on here and try to label me as such, I just like DC Comics. I like this stuff in general. I just want to see good stories. And I am happy to report that me and my wife thoroughly enjoyed these first two episodes. Were they slow? Yes, but this is world building. James Gunn just said on a podcast last week, he's world building. He's not building towards one overarching villain. He wants to tell good stories that are interwoven, but they're not going to say they're not going to do what the MCU is doing or what the DCEU attempted to do. It's gonna be like, the best comparison I could say is what Greg Berlanti and everybody did over there at the CW. Stuff was connected, but they weren't all trying to build towards the same villain. If you get what I'm saying, and that's good storytelling. And James Gunn is really good with what he does. And from what I've seen in these first two episodes, like we pick up from the first episode with Amanda Waller basically walking Rick Flag through everything. We hear lingering plot threads from Peacemaker and lingering plot threads from the Suicide Squad. They reference Rick Flag Jr.'s death. They reference Waller's daughter basically exposing her, and now Amanda Waller can no longer use humans, which explains why the Suicide Squad is not a thing right now. We have this new Suicide Squad, or Task Force M, aka the Creature Commandos. And with those characters, we have the bride of Frankenstein, of course. Frankenstein's going to join up sooner or later. We have G.I. Robot on the team. We have Weasel on the team. We have Dr. Phosphorus on the team. We have Nina Mazursky, who right now I have to say, Nina reminds me a lot of how Ratcatcher 2 was with the Suicide Squad. The young, naive, not necessarily evil on purpose, one of the group. I really love her, and I love what Zoe Chow was doing with that character. Also, I love the bride. Dr. Phosphorus, Alan Tudyk is hilarious, and of course, Weasel being the one who survived from the from Project Starfish all the way back in the Suicide Squad. So the timeline of those events does roughly place this 2 years later, and since that wasn't like 2021, that would make this show take place in 2023 if I'm serving my own headcanon right. But yeah, like, oh, so many deep cuts. The Sons of Themyscira are in this. Circe, a Themysciran witch, if you will, is in this, and I can't wait to see her in live action. And speaking of the action in these two episodes was phenomenal. They aren't long episodes at all, so I highly encourage everybody, just give these a watch. Like, you will not be disappointed, and of course, everything is not for everybody. And I hear that, the show does pick up as the episodes progress. The first season, if it is a second season, this first season will be 7 episodes. It's not long at all. It's going to be an easy show. You can even wait if you want to wait, and you can binge it. But it has been certified, certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. If that does matter to anybody, if anybody watching this video cares about Rotten Tomato scores. Me personally, I don't. Again, James Gunn hasn't put out nothing that I didn't really latch onto right away. But man, this show. This show does so many things. Now, it is that James Gunn humor. We do know that James Gunn has said that each project in the DCU will have a different tone. So, yes, this is along the lines of like Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad. Superman is going to be completely different. The Blue Beetle animated show is going to be completely different. Lanterns is going to be completely different. Supergirl will be completely different. And that's okay. We're getting variety. And that's what I'm loving from this new DCU. Like the story so far is the fight between Cersei and the fight between the Bride was freaking amazing. I Jesus, it's that scene between Dr. Frankenstein and the Bride. I saw that coming, like from one scene, like yeah, you could tell they got when he was trying to teach her and everything. He gave her a gift. You can see how they were looking like really closely to each other, and that kind of creeped me out. The way Frankenstein is over the Bride, and honestly, it does go back with the lore of how Frankenstein is in other media. If you want to go that way, this does kind of track with him killing his maker. They have the whole father-son dynamic as they would, and it's just weird that he decided to beat up the Bride's cheeks. That caught me off guard, but I mean that is on brand for something like this. That is a way to start this off, and we also do know that they have dropped like a season trailer that does leave little breadcrumbs. A vision from Cersei. We see Superman strung up, Starfire, Mr. Terrific, and what does look to be Captain Atom. So their world building, we know that they have announced a Teen Titans film that will be here. So Starfire being there makes sense. We get our first, not our first proper look, but the Superman suit looked great in that animation. So I'm sure it's going to look amazing in live action as well. Of course, that vision is something that they can stop. That's just Cersei's magic, a vision that she's casting, I'm assuming. So they can also not be true at all. That could also not happen. I saw a lot of people saying that, we had a problem when Zack Snyder did, a dream hellscape. Zack Snyder is not the first person to do that. Avengers did it in film before he did it, and it's been done in comics years before this. So, I mean, hey, again, that's neither here nor there. You can think what you want, but me personally, I'm excited to see what's to come. This is going to be a show that I will cover weekly, but of the first 2 episodes, the fight with Cersei and the Bride, how she turned her bride's hands into like inflatables, how the Bride was handling the Sons of Themyscira, and the Sons of Themyscira are different, but the name is a deep cut. They just blindly follow Cersei. They're like a whole bunch of they remind me like hillbillies. Like they're all very, very stupid, running around with guns. Like even on their hats, the acronym is SOFT. Basically, so yeah, they're just her lackeys, her henchmen, her minions, and they do whatever she wants. The voice acting is phenomenal, as always. Also, we're going to talk about the whole Rick Flag senior of it all. We find out that he had Rick Flag Jr. at 18, and basically him taking this role, taking up this role, heading up this task force is a way for him to basically honor his son in a certain degree. They both wear yellow. It's really cool. I would have loved to have seen them on screen at the same time, but we know what Peacemaker did to Rick Flag Jr. And Frank Grillo will be returning in Superman and in Peacemaker Season 2, and Peacemaker Season 2, I should say, to get his revenge on Peacemaker. Now, does he kill Peacemaker? No, but speaking of Peacemaker, he was also in that hellscapey mind projection thingy, whatever you want to call it. But yes, for these first 2 episodes, I will have to give them both a solid 8.5 out of 10. This show is something special, and I have to say that I have to give recognition where recognition is due. James Gunn did his thing with this, and for this being our first proper intro into the DCU, with Superman being the actual introduction, it set up a lot. It set up a lot in this world. And I'm excited to see what else is to come. If you have seen Creature Commandos, please let me know down in the comment section down below what you thought about it. Do you like it? Do you not care? Do you not care for the new DCU as a whole? We can have an honest conversation. Just keep it respectful. I'll be back on Tuesday. We'll be talking about this on my podcast. And I'll catch everybody next time.